Before you were born, you made choices that your mind cannot fully remember. These choices were not only about where you would live, what job you would have, or even what you would look like. They were about your soul's growth, a growth that could not be achieved by comfort alone. One of those choices was the decision to share your twin flame's pain. This is not a mistake or a punishment. It is part of the soul contract you both agreed to long before you met in this life. The agreement was formed in the spiritual realms, where the limitations of time, fear, and separation do not exist. There, you could see clearly how certain challenges would help you evolve. You understood the cost, but you also saw the reward. A soul contract is like a spiritual agreement made between two souls before they come into the physical world. It is not written on paper, but it is as binding as any promise you might make in waking life. The purpose of this agreement is to help each other grow, heal, and remember who you are beyond the physical body. For most soul contracts, the bond is deep but still separate, two souls working alongside each other. For twin flames, however, the agreement is even more profound. You are two aspects of the same soul essence, experiencing physical separation for the sake of learning and reunion. This means what touches one will, in some way, touch the other. There is no true emotional or energetic boundary between you. Why meeting your twin flame feels like more than love. When you meet your twin flame, you may feel an immediate connection, as though you've known them across centuries. But as the relationship unfolds, you may also feel confusion, hurt, and even betrayal. This is because your twin flame will often mirror the parts of you that you have not yet healed. In the same way, you will mirror their unhealed wounds. It is not done out of cruelty. It happens because you both agreed to act as mirrors, to reveal the hidden shadows that ordinary relationships might allow you to keep buried. You may not understand it at first. But once you choose your twin flame, you have chosen to expose your heart to the light, and in doing so, you must also expose your wounds. You have chosen to experience their pain as if it were yours, because in the eyes of your soul, it is yours. This choice is not about suffering for the sake of it. It is about transformation. Before you came into this life, you understood that your twin flame's pain was not just theirs, it was also part of you. By choosing to share it, you created the chance for both of you to heal together. You might wonder why your soul would agree to something that hurts so deeply. The answer is that your soul knows pain is not the enemy. Pain is a messenger, a teacher. It can open doors to deeper love, compassion, and understanding than you could imagine from the safety of a life without challenges. You chose your twin flame's pain because you knew that by facing it, you could help free both of you from cycles that have lasted many lifetimes. Some of those cycles may be patterns of abandonment, betrayal, rejection, or mistrust. In the spiritual realm, you trusted yourself to be strong enough for the task, even if your human self sometimes forgets that strength. Sometimes, this soul agreement means you will be the one who feels the brunt of their struggles. You might be the one holding space for them during their darkest nights, or the one absorbing the emotional storms they cannot yet calm within themselves. You may even see their past reflected in your own life, even if your histories are entirely different. Their heartbreaks may awaken memories of your own. Their fears may stir up fears you thought you had overcome. This can be exhausting, and at times you may wonder if the connection is worth the emotional weight. But this very process, the sharing, the mirroring, the emotional unraveling, is a sign of the deep spiritual connection you both share. Through this process, you are not just healing them, you are healing yourself. Every time you help them face their shadow, you are also learning how to face your own with courage and compassion. Choosing to carry your twin flame's pain does not mean tolerating mistreatment or losing yourself. The purpose of the contract is not to enable harmful patterns, but to expose them so they can be healed. When they act from a place of fear, anger, or trauma, they are not showing you their true self. They are revealing a wound, one that both of you agreed to address. You do not have to accept harmful behavior, but you can choose to see the soul beneath it. This perspective doesn't excuse wrong actions, but it helps you respond from a place of understanding rather than pure reaction. Healthy boundaries support the healing process. By refusing to play into cycles of harm, you can hold space for growth without being consumed by it. Boundaries are not walls, they are the framework that allows real transformation to happen. Over time, shared pain can shift. When one of you begins to heal, the other feels it too, often without words. The weight becomes lighter, and moments of clarity replace confusion. This is why the twin flame journey can feel like a series of highs and lows. One week may be filled with harmony and love, the next may bring arguments or separation. But even these low points are part of the healing process. Every breakthrough is shared, just as every struggle is shared. Sometimes, you may be the one leading the way toward healing. Other times, they may be the ones showing you the light when you feel lost. In both cases, you are exchanging energy that helps push the other forward. The reason you chose your twin flame's pain is love, not the fleeting kind that fades when things get difficult, but the soul-deep love that exists beyond time and space. You chose it because you trusted the bond you share. You chose it because you knew that, no matter how heavy it feels in the moment, the healing would be worth it. At the deepest level, their pain was never separate from your own. In many lifetimes, you may have played opposite roles, one carrying the pain while the other took the healing. This lifetime may be the one where both of you carry it together and finally set it down. When you remember this, the challenges between you begin to make sense. They stop feeling like random trials and start feeling like steps in a much larger journey, one that you both agreed to walk together before you were born. Your soul did not choose their pain to break you. It chose it to bring you both back to wholeness. Every tear shed, every misunderstanding, every reunion, it's all part of a story written with the ink of eternal love. And while the human mind may struggle with the weight of that choice, your higher self still remembers why it said yes. You agreed because you wanted to experience the kind of love that transforms everything it touches. You wanted to feel the joy of reunion after the challenge of separation. You wanted to know the strength that comes from facing darkness and finding light together. In the end, sharing your twin flame's pain is not about losing yourself in their wounds, it's about finding yourselves in the healing. It's about standing in the fire together and realizing you are both made of something that cannot burn away. And when the healing comes, and it will, you will look back and see that the pain you carried was never a burden. It was the bridge that led you home.